remaining seconds. Runway 28 right. Runway 04 left. 22 right. Not available. Due software service. 240 degrees, 8 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Cloud scattered. Base 3,500. Temperature 36. QNH 1006.
Okay. Ready to go?
Yep.
Let's make this call. Out to ground, Sling 8049 on the Eastern Apron. Deal with information. Hotel, departure east, request taxi.
Sling 8489. Taxi to holding point Bravo 1, runway 28 right, time 56.5.
Taxi holding point Bravo 1, runway 28 right, Sling 8449. Okay, you've got control of the aircraft, feet on the pedal, so what we're going to do is just track straight out, and we're going to intercept this yellow line that just runs in front of that Tomahawk there, and the King Airs. So just add just a fraction of power, like we're talking half a centimetre, that's it, that's plenty. Okay, now that we're rolling, you can back off on that throttle just a little bit. That's it. It really does take much power to keep it moving.
Yeah.
While you do that, sorry, just mind your legs, I'll just run a controls check, make sure everything's working properly for takeoff. Cool. Yeah, Mackenzie, watch your head, just duck forward, that's it. Arch Tower, Sling 8049, ready to at right, departure east.
Sling 8489, tower, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, Sling 8449. Okay, Mackenzie, I'm going to take control for a second. I'll just get us airborne, and once we're on climb, I'll hand the aircraft over to you.
Sure.
Okay, now because the aircraft is a lot lighter than probably what you've been used to at the Tobago, so, and because we're further inland where it's a lot hotter, not so much as close to the coast, the aircraft gets bumped around just a little bit more.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so we basically climb out at 70 knots, and I've got the aircraft trimmed pretty well, so that there's really not much to be done. And that's holding the nose just above the horizon. If you can imagine the horizon intersecting the nose at the bottom of the vents up there. Okay, place your hand on the controls, and what I'll get you to do is we're going to start a very gentle right-hand turn. Okay, so rolling to the right, that's it. And we're going to climb up to 1,000 feet. We're currently passing through 600 right now, so we can see there.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep the right turn going. That's it. Not too steep, just shallow out a little bit. That's it. So during climbs, we want to keep the turn angle to a minimum, otherwise we're degrading our climb performance. That's the way the theory goes. That's it. Go ahead and lower the nose now. And okay, I'll just set the cruise for you. Just hang on a second. Okay, come around to the right. Can you see Mount Cotton out there about 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
The plateau in the distance. We're going to head just to the left-hand side of it. Left-hand edge of it, sorry.
Archer Tower, India Alpha Delta, ready. Runway 28 right, departure south.
India Alpha Delta, tower, runway
Okay.
28 right,
Now the trick here for flying, you've got to be a lot more gentle with these lightweight aircrafts than flying anything slightly heavier. So, just relax on the controls. The less you do, really the more. The aircraft's built fairly stable. We don't have to rock the wings for each and every bump, but rather wait until after it's been displaced, see what happens, and then make a corrective action. Okay, so you got it pretty well. Now what I want you to do is we're going to have feel for the controls. So I want you to lower the nose below the horizon. That's it. Feel how sensitive it is. Pick it up, pick the nose up to the horizon. That's it. Lower it down again. Now this is the attitude that we need to maintain for straight and level flying. So it's about half ground, half sky, or 1/3 ground, 2/3 sky. Okay. And very shortly, just try a little roll to the left. That's it. Try one to the right. That's it. Wings level. Okay, so see how you are rocking the wings left and right? Try to keep it consistent. If you're going left, hold it to the left until you're finished with it. If you're going right, hold it to the right until you're finished. Because if you rock the wings, then we will feel that. Feel like milkshakes, really. That's it. That's it. Now you got it. So what are you going to do after school? Are you looking to become a pilot as well?
Yeah, probably. I'm thinking about doing the Griffiths course at a Nathan campus.
Yeah.
Some people already here at Archerfield training.
To the north, tracking for David.
There's someone?
Some students here training out here for that course.
Yeah. The two guys that were in there are off the Griffith course in our office. They come to us weekends. They're starting their training as well. And one of our instructors is actually a graduated leader of last year or year before from Griffith itself. And he set up a program for Griffith to come through flying, because the first 2 years you don't touch an aircraft, it's just all theory. So basically he set up a program where you can come through us, get to your first solo and get some credit points awarded towards your degree.
And report overhead on 123.6.
Okay.
Report overhead 123.6. Track overhead, then to Walter Taylor's Bridge. Yankee Hotel Lima.
Okay, so what do we call this? The Gateway Motorway. We're crossing right about now. That basically tells us we're well clear of outside of Archerfield's airspace. So very shortly, just wait till we get a little bit further. I'm going to get you to turn to the north, left 90 degrees, and I'll get you to turn back to the right. Then we'll climb up a little bit higher, and then we'll look at a few trimming exercises as well, so you can get used to that. Okay, cool. When you're ready, let's turn left to the mountain peaks out there. Just pick that nose up just a little bit more, that's it. Perfect. Okay, around to the right. Back towards Mount Cotton. That's it. There's a chopper out there about 1 o'clock now.
Yep, see it.
Yep. We'll just stay to the left of him. Looks like he's tracking out to the south. Come to the right just a little bit more, about 20 degrees. That's perfect, right there. Okay, so for all climbs in this aircraft, we need to set the climb power setting, and that simply is full throttle, just like takeoff, and that's generally with all single light aircrafts. So all I'll get you to do is advance the throttle to full first. That's it. And what I'll get you to do is raise the nose to that same attitude we had back there. So the horizon about the bottom section of those vents. That's it. Now during the climb you can even trim to make it easier, because you notice the nose keeps dropping. You're having to apply more pressure to hold it back, so give it a couple taps. That's it. Much easier?
Yeah.
But But the main thing is that you have to remember with the trim is not to fly by the trim, but rather set the attitude, hold it there with your hand, and then trim out. If you're always trimming prior to actually setting the attitude via the controls, what happens is you get this oscillation, or you tend to go through the attitude that you want to achieve. That's it. Okay, we're going to level off at 1800, 1800. So coming through 17 now. Okay, I'll get you to start lowering the nose to that half ground, half sky attitude we had before. And you can go ahead and bring the throttle back till we have achieved 5,000 RPM. And it's basically going to come all the way back here to about fairly close to idle. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Alrighty, now what I want you to do is maintain this attitude. I'm going to throw the aircraft out of trim, out of balance. Okay, and I'm going to get you to correct it for me afterwards. Here we go. I'll just reduce the power setting as well. Okay, hold the nose up first, that's it. Feel the weight of it and stop tapping the button to relieve that weight. Estimate 4 minutes of parachute jump from flight level, both stations in the Niagara area. Good? Much easier?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to increase the throttle back up to 5,000. You may need to retrim every time we change the throttle setting through different crews. You may need to retrim. Excellent. Okay, I'll get you to climb us up to 3,000 if you wouldn't mind. That's it. Bring the nose up a little bit more, so hold it about there. What's that, about 2 fingers width between us and the nose and the cloud. Hold it there, and you can trim back to relieve the pressure. Not bad. So you got a few flight simulators at home then that you play as well?
Yeah. Got Flight Simulator X,
Okay.
Microsoft one. I've also heard of Prepared. It's made by Lockheed Martin. They've got a commercial certificate now on it.
Okay. Have you got the full flight yoga?
Yeah, I got a
Throttle
yoga
quadrant.
throttle, yeah.
Excellent. So we got whereabouts do you guys live?
Around Balimba, so on the Brisbane Airport.
Balimba. Oh, okay, yeah, up north side.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep the climb going, still got 200 feet to go. quite rough up here actually. Doing an inversion there. Okay, good. Now what you'll probably find is because you trim the nose up yet during the climb, you probably have to trim the nose down now that we've leveled off. Just watch out for the button on the front.
Yeah.
So. Excellent, Mackenzie. Okay, when you're ready, I'll get you to show me a left-hand turn once more. And during the turns, just apply a bit of back pressure just to hold the nose up so we don't descend. That's it. And keep rolling up. We'll actually turn 270 degrees. Looking good. Okay, let's try one around to the right once more. I'll get you to maintain this turn, and I'll let you know when to roll the wings level. At the Gold Coast out there, about passing through 1:30, 1 o'clock now. Yeah, see the Logan River down here?
Yeah.
What we want to do is basically generally head in that same direction, back towards, that's going to track towards the M1 motorway. That's it. Okay, so you got the river on your side in sight?
Yep.
Whenever we track along visual features, VFR, we never track directly to or overhead. That way, because when we track on top of it, we'll lose sight of it. So we'll always head just immediately to the right of it. That way, you, as a pilot in command, you can look down out the window and go, yep, I'm on top now. Follow whatever procedure from that point onwards, or make a radio call, whatever's required. But the main thing is just to track off to the side of it. Have you ever been in a glider?
No.
No? You ever seen an aircraft in a glide?
Yeah, but it's got a, doesn't it have a, it detects the air, thermal air, doesn't it? When rising.
The glider?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I've actually never been in one. What we'll do is we'll put this aircraft into a glide, so we'll simulate the engine's failed. Okay? What I'll get you to do is pull the throttle all the way back to idle. That's it. Now I'll set the glide attitude for us and set her in a glide. Now the glide speed, each aircraft has its optimum glide speed, okay, where it'll come down, or maximize its gliding range. And our speed for that is 70 knots, and it's really just holding the nose exactly here, and trimming for it. So it's a lot of back trim, holding the nose there, and if the speed's a little bit too high, then we just creep the nose up just by a fraction, pause, and wait. There you go, there's 70 knots. How fast are we descending? Roughly about, let's call it average 600 feet per minute.
Yeah.
5 to 600 feet per minute. So we're at 2,500. How long is that going to take us to get down to the ground? About 4.5 to 5 minutes, something like that, yeah? So we've got all the time in the world. So I pick that field, let's circle it, let's land there. And at the same time, let's text Dad and say, hey, come pick me up from here and bring some lunch. Or so the main thing is it's not the end of the world. You've got time.
10.
Provided, obviously, you've got the height for it. Okay, what I'll get you to do is just try a turn to the left. So flying at these low airspeeds with all aircrafts, the controls aren't as responsive because of the reduced airflow of the wings and all of the control surfaces, so you need a slightly larger movement to get that same response as the normal cruise. And that's it. Try to the right now. Cool. Wings level. And we're going to recover at 1,500 feet, so I'll get you then to apply the throttle back up to 5,000. And we'll maintain that height. Yep, you can start bringing it back in now. That's it. You'll want to trim the nose. I've set pretty much full back trim. On. Just leave the throttle there. When we pitch the nose up and climb, the RPM actually drops off. When we level out, see how it's starting to increase?
Yeah.
So if you're finding that you can't get to the RPM that you wanted, it's always good to check, okay, where do I have the nose? If I pointed it up, that means I won't be able to achieve it because the RPM is just consistently going to drop. Okay, keep your eyes outside, look at the horizon. Because the nose is well above it and that keeps us climbing. We want to maintain 1,500. Hold that attitude there. Remember, these instruments, this aircraft's not as expensive as those of the jet airliners, and the instruments are nowhere next to it as well. They do have a tendency to lag, so if the nose is pitching up, it'll take about a second or two before the instrument reads, hey, you're climbing. And if you point the nose down below the horizon, it'll take about a second or two before it reads and tells you you're descending. So that's why we don't really rely on it, and that's why everybody's trained VFR prior to off the instruments. Okay, so you can get us back down to 1,500 as you're doing now. Got the IKEA store out there to the left and side?
Yeah.
Yep. Now we want to follow the motorway till we find further along from IKEA. So we find two buildings in Springwood. They're cream colored, about 12 stories high, taller than the rest of them. And they should be just out to the left of the nose.
One at 11 o'clock there.
Yeah, that's it. Now we're going to fly to the right side of, just off to the right of them, because what we're ultimately looking for is the Target shopping store.
Yeah.
Okay. And that Target store is our inbound reporting point for Archerfield. So keep us heading in this direction at 1,500.
There's a chopper at our 12 o'clock.
Yep, come over to the left a little bit more.
Runway 28 left, arrivals and departures south.
That's it.
18.1, training circuits, runway 28 right. Runway 04 left, 22 right, not available, due software service. 240.
He's going out of the 1,000.
Visibility greater than 10 kilometres.
To the right a little bit more.
Scattered, base 3,500, temperature 36, QNH 1006. Vertical left larger tower or ground, notify reset for that tower.
Okay.
Target's in sight.
Got a target in sight? Yeah, excellent. Now turn left to about the 11 o'clock position. Right up in the distance, you'll be able to see a wide industrial area. To the left of that, you'll be able to see an open grass green patch.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can see a black strip there?
Yep.
Okay. That's that's one of the runways. That's not the one we'll be going for. There's another very thin one which you can't make out right now to the left-hand side of it. They'll get us to join final for that initially, and then later on, depending on traffic, they may get us to change over. Okay, I'll make the call. Here we go. And we just need to fly in 1,500 from this point onwards. Arch Tower, Sling 8489, target 1,500, inbound received, hotel.
Sling 8489, Tower, join final, change of runway 28 right.
Join final, change of runway 28 right, Sling 8489. Okay, so they actually did get us on the, that right-hand runway, 28 right. So you can line us up for that. Maintain 1,500. here, these are our flap switches, okay? The way they work, they're a push and hold for about a second, and then release, and the flap motor starts running and sets the desired stage of which you selected. So what we'll do is, we won't use them now. After we slow down on final, I'll get you to extend the flaps as well while it's coming down on the approach. What is that, a helicopter?
Sling 8489 traffic is a helicopter about 1.5 miles ahead. They're joining final runway 28 right, maintaining 1,500, then doing an auto via overhead.
Yeah, copy the traffic. We're looking. Oh, we have traffic started. Cessna. Correction, Sling 8489.
Sling 8489, thanks. So early descent approved if you prefer.
Copy early descent, Sling 8489. Got the helicopter in sight. Little speck on the horizon there.
Yeah, inside.
That's it. Okay, what I'll get you to do is just lower the nose just a fraction. We'll start descending down to 1300. Brakes are up, undercarriage welded. Mixture full rich, not applicable. Instruments are all the green, switches, landing light strobes all on. Hatches and harnesses, lock secure, radio ground frequency. Feels good. Okay, what I'll get you to do is bring the throttle back to 3,000 RPM now. Nice. Hold the nose up for a second.
Visual approach right circuit into area alpha.
Okay, perfect.
Visual approach via right circuit.
Now we're in the flap range, the white arc on our airspeed indicator, also on there, the white tape. Go ahead and push number 1 for about a second, then release. You'll visually see the flaps come down.
Yep.
Now all you want to do is the stripes on our runway, just leave it at the halfway, about midway up the windscreen. And trim to make it easy on yourself as well. Now go ahead and lower the second stage of flaps. Because we're a little bit high, we'll need the extra drag to help slow us down. And we'll kill the throttle.
Sling 8489, runway 28 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 28 right, Sling 8489. Okay, just pick the nose up a little bit. We'll just slow her down and that would actually increase our rate of descent slightly. That's it. A lot of thermals coming off. We're coming all over the warehouses now. So they're all nice and hot, and we've got all that hot air rising, pushing us up.
Inbound at target 1,500. Received. Hotel.
Juliet Oscar Oscar Tower, join final, runway 28 left.
Join final, 28 left, Juliet.
Okay, the trick with on final approach, whenever maintaining the centerline, never use the ailerons or rolling the aircraft. Always use your feet. They allow for much smaller directional changes, and just work to keep the wings level with the ailerons. So never hunt for direction on final with the control, always with your feet. That's it. And you're looking for very small adjustments, and that's the difference between a good an experienced pilot making it look easy when really he's hiding all the work, which is down there. That's it. Bring the nose down a little bit more, just drive it down towards the stripes, that's it. Nose down, nose down. Okay, I'm going to take control for a second, just you follow me through if you wish. Okay, place your hand on the controls once more. Okay, now what I want you to do, Mackenzie, is just kill the throttle. Pull it all the way back. That's it, keep your eyes on this runway. That's it. Now be patient. Nose up a little bit more. Hold. A little bit more now.
The tower, this is Papa Mike Alpha. Cessna 1.
How about that?
The BMTV towers.
Okay, I have control of the aircraft.
At 1,000. Please advise any traffic.
Papa Mike Alpha, Archer Tower, no known traffic in the univac.
Thank you. Papa Mike Alpha.
A bit of a wheelie.
Sir, helicopter, Channel Mike Kilo, it's 1 mile north of target 1,300 and climb to 1,500, inbound for area Alpha. Received hotel.
Okay, watch your head. Archer ground, Sling 8049, request taxi to the eastern apron.
Sling 8489, ground taxi to the apron.
Taxi to the apron, Sling 8049. Okay, feet on the pedals and use that for steering. And just a fraction of throttle, we're talking about, you know, a very minuscule amount. It doesn't take much to accelerate this thing. Oh, nice shade.
Yeah. Cloud shadow.
Add a little bit of power. So what'd you think?
Yeah, it was fun.
Glad you enjoyed it. You flew really well. You can tell that you've got simulator experience and some experience beforehand anyway. Okay, up in front, about another 100 meters, 50 meters, this yellow line is going to veer off to the left down that long taxiway, straight to the terminal building. We'll just follow it. What do you guys got planned for the rest of the day?
Oh, not much. Probably go home and spend the rest of the afternoon in the pool.
Yeah, that's right.
Really hot.
It is, it is. You guys are lucky. I've got a dam and it's full of ducks, so I don't really want to go swimming. Cool. Okay, now your mission here. On the yellow line, see those little bumps?
Yep.
Taxi lights? See if you can hit a couple in a row with the nose wheel.
I'll try.
Now remember, we're not a huge aircraft, so our nose wheel isn't all the way off to the side. It's actually just here. A little bit more to the right, that's it, right there. Coming off it. So the trick is, get it through your right knee and right shoulder. Yeah, that's one. You've got it right there, right. Two. No, just came off to the left of that. That's it, right there, perfect. One. Okay, I want you to follow this yellow line around to the left.
Yep.
Don't have to stay on top of it, if you can smoothen it out if you want by turning a little bit earlier. Okay, now I'll get you to head straight in for this first parking limit 60 minute sign. Back this way. That's it, so hard right. Head towards your family.
Yep.
Don't worry, we got short stubby wings, so we won't. That's it, just straighten up. That's it. And a hard right. That's it. I'll get you to neutralize the pedals now, that's it. And we'll come to a stop. Excellent.
Thank you.
No worries, thank you.